Next time, don't touch my buttons.
Ever since the Book of Boba Fett began, there's been a niggling feeling that something has been missing from Fett's story. But Chapter 4, The Gathering Storm, has finally delivered it: motivation. Crumbs have certainly been left over the last 3 episodes, hinting at Boba's purpose for displacing Bib Fortuna and taking over as Daimyo in Mos Espa via his sojourns to the past in the Bacta tank. Now writer Jon Favreau has effectively pulled those loose threads together to give meaning to his present day movements. As with most Star Wars stories, there's a strong colonial undercurrent to Boba's mission to take back control of Tatooine from invading outsiders who are claiming ownership over the planet's natural resources. The massacre of the native Sand People weighs heavily on Boba, and Tamora Morrison shrouds himself with this survivor's guilt in every sorrowful glance. But Boba also uses that grief and the lessons his dearly departed friends taught him about community strength, solidarity, and loyalty to drive his missions against Pike Syndicate's stranglehold over the spice production and commerce. The origin story of his and Fennec Shan's partnership has been a long time coming, and it doesn't disappoint. The cyberpunk is strong in one cool scene depicting the operation that gives Fennec the robotic modification that saved her life. One of the great things about these Disney Plus series is that the aesthetically diverse cultures explored in the comics can be realised on screen. And so we get early 2000s hacker-esque techno music pumping out the speakers as dreadlocked mechanics give Fennec a technological upgrade. What's really impressive about Ming-Na Wen's performance is how little she gives away. Even as she agrees to help Boba with his plans to get the Firespray gunship back from Fortuna's castle, her stern expression is unreadable. She's somewhat like Batman in that regards, giving only the slightest indication of her mood. A nod here, a small smirk there, but mostly remaining guarded but neutral. This ambiguous demeanour only intensifies the notion that Fennec's loyalty to Boba could be transient, and makes his trust in her all the more honourable. Of course, when she's in battle mode, there's nothing but deadly determination in her gaze. The brilliantly executed, humorous and thrilling high sequence shows off all the reasons why she's one of the deadliest assassins around. A silent attack from behind, expert marksmanship, quick thinking to adapt to the changing offense, and the type of agile hand-to-hand combat that almost has you feeling the kinetic energy rippling off each blow she lands on a Gamorrean guard. Boba and Fennec make a good team, but there are still so many questions hanging over who she is other than a killer. She is, of course, a rightly paranoid person, you'd have to be in her business, and has built walls around herself for protection. But when she tells Boba,
"People like us don't get to decide when we're finished,"
it suggests that what she is truly seeking is freedom and autonomy, and her lifesaver is offering some form of that. This episode implies the rest of the season will be forward-facing now that Boba has fully healed from the Bacta tank, thus ending the flashback framing device. That's no loss, as plot progression is exactly what the show needs to make this weekly investment worthwhile. Looking back, the past events definitely could have been cut down to get to the point quicker, but several teasers suggest some exciting things to come. Fennec's suggestion that a Niktos speedbiker gang couldn't have taken out a Tusken tribe begs the question: who could? Was it the Pike Syndicate as retribution? Is it another clue that Crimson Dawn is the true wielder of power on Tatooine, under the leadership of Emilia Clarke's Kira? Now with Chrysanthemum on Team Boba, maybe a few of his comic book comrades like Dr. Aphra might turn up. And with a whistle of panpipes from the Mandalorian theme tune heard in the final few seconds, the arrival of Din Djarin and other allies to join Boba's tribe seems imminent.
Fire in the hole!
The Gathering Storm is the episode we've been waiting for. Strong action is led by formidable Ming-Na Wen, and Jon Favreau finally brings together the narrative threads of the 3 previous chapters to drive Boba's revolutionary quest forward to entertaining and encouraging effect. For more on Boba Fett, why not check out the review of episode 3, or our episode of Cannon Fodder, where we dive into who's really running Mos Espa.